Darren, victory in the league at last, and quite emphatically as well in the end.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good result to come to Southend and to win 2-0 is always a good result. It's a tough game, regardless of how they've been doing. They've only been gone 3 games, and I know they had a bad result on Saturday, but it's still to come away on a Tuesday night and get away win against anyone is always, if I've seen it from another team, I'd think, yeah, that's a good victory.
And let's start then with the first half, because you had a very positive and dominant spell, and then they sort of came back into it out of nowhere. How did you read that first half?
It was a strange, well, not a strange sort of half. I know the problems, and we sort of sorted them out at half time to a degree. The first 20-25 minutes we were dominant, we pressed them well. I think we got frustrated in the fact that we didn't score. We had opportunities, we were well on top. And then the problem after that was we allowed them too much time in the middle of the pitch. The diamond shape became too big, and Marcus wasn't dropping quick enough, and they kept playing through central areas to then go wide and overload us. It gave us a problem in the last 15 minutes. So we spoke about that at half time, Marcus's position dropping quicker, then a striker dropping quicker, to just shut off the middle of the pitch, and we did it much better. Our shape was better second half. But what won us a game was 2 goals of the highest quality and Premiership standard, I have to say. That was 2 outstanding balls from Marcus. I mean, that's fantastic deliveries, great finishes from Milton, great finishes from Ivan. That was outstanding quality.
And it wasn't, I mean, Ivan Toney was defending at areas in one box. He was then influential with a tackle for the first goal, and we mentioned his finish already. He seemed to have the whole package today.
Yeah, Ivan's obviously a top striker, and he's shown that, and he's been consistent now. That's what Ivan needs to get, consistent performances like the one he had tonight and like the one he had on Saturday. He's a big player for us, and he's scoring goals, but he's doing everything. He's stopping switches, he knows that position very well. He's been outstanding this season, and now Mo beside him, you could see Mo tonight, the difference in the confidence. You got 1 free kick in the edge of the box where he's flicked it over 2 players, he had a shot second half. That is a great finish, because that is difficult to score from there. So you're always delighted when your strikers get goals. That's 2 and 2 for the pair of them. Ivan's now got 3. So they're up and running, so that's good. Confidence is huge in any footballer. So for those 2, you're thinking, right, we think we're going to get goals. It wasn't a perfect performance by any stretch of the imagination. There was certain things that I'll look at and not be happy with. I already know that. We gave them a bit too much possession in certain areas. The way they worked the ball through the middle of the pitch gave us a problem, especially in those last 15 minutes of the first half. So, but we're up and running. We should have been on Saturday. We've got our first clean sheet and our first win, and it's delighted to get it off the mark.
How important was patience in the game today? Because it was obvious that you were creating opportunities and they were having trouble with certain players, but because you hadn't scored the goal, their players had to sort of hold and continue with the game plan.
Yeah, I mean, when you play a certain formation, and obviously the diamond we're playing at the moment, it can cause teams lots of problems if you're good on the ball. In the first 20-25 minutes we were good on the ball. We got complete control of the game, and what we did then was we can get players in positions where we can press. The last 15 minutes we didn't, and they got control of the game. So it can cause you problems, we know that. So we had to address 1 or 2 things at half time. We had to make sure that Niall and Fraser, Niall in particular, got out to his wide man quicker, because they were only playing with 1 striker, and we said that he was too narrow. So I thought he did better second half. And apart from the one that's hit the bar and the set piece, I can't really remember too many chances, whereas we could have scored more than the 2. Dembele's come on and looked sharp, Serhat's come on, so we've got a good bench, attacking players. I know Wardy's only going a couple of minutes, but there was a lot of tired legs. Saturday took a lot out of us, the magnitude of that game. So to come here and get a result's a good result.
And were you tempted to rotate, given we've had a few games now quite thick and fast?
No. Yeah, there was attempted, no, not really, because I thought the performance on Saturday was very good, or the best we've had in terms of being in control, creating chances. And tonight again we've scored a couple of goals, and that's what we're about. We need to be creating chances, scoring goals, and hopefully keeping clean sheets. But we probably had a little bit too much running to do tonight, and at 2-0 we didn't we didn't manage to get. I thought we tried to score with every attack, which is fine to a degree, but you've got to then make sure you're doing that. Whereas we gave the ball too sloppily, we ended up doing too much running. So I didn't think we managed the game great at 2-0. But look, I'm delighted. It's a good win. There's loads of things to work on. But as I said, when we were losing, the first couple of games, I don't really get too high, too low. I've got to make sure that our players maintain their standards, and hopefully we keep improving.
And the clean sheet must be pleasing as well for you?
Yeah, I think it's pleasing for everyone. I'm delighted for the players because obviously it's been a tough opening in terms of results. But I think everyone that's watched us over the games have seen a progression. And to get an away win against anyone in the leagues is always a great result, and a clean sheet.
And as we've been reminded on air today, they're telling us that you've got more points at this stage than you did in your first season with Posh in League One when you achieved promotion. So still a long way to go.
Yeah, it's a huge amount of games to go, and what I want to see from my players is what I've seen in the last couple of games, a real, I wouldn't say that it was the first couple of games, but what's also happened is the balance of the team looks better. I think when we started with the front four, the balance of the team just wasn't quite right in terms of, the centre of the pitch and things like that, which, I've tried it and I've come away from it. We can go to it again, but personnel have changed. Reedy's come in and given us a little bit more control on the ball. So one or two things have changed, obviously, and I'm not saying they won't change back to the sense of formations or whatever, but we're still on the lookout for another midfield player as well. So although pre-season was okay and the boys looked fit, things have changed since the start of the season because of the reasons I've given players, and there were some that started out, and now we feel that we need to improve on that.
And Milton Keynes waiting for us next. Looking forward to that one? Yes,
my last game here last time was when I ended up getting sacked after the game, so that was a sore one. But it's always a great game, Milton Keynes. I'm sure we'll take a good support, as we always do, and I thought we had a great support tonight, actually. And it's a game we're looking forward to. And some of the things we did tonight, quite a lot of the things in terms of we playing forward at times very well, but we need to improve on a few things as well, because big pitch at Milton Keynes, and we've got to make sure we look after that ball a little bit better at times.